love it all. I love it all.
All right, keep playing.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
That was you.
Scrambling.
You said, I like when you do it like that, Daddy. When you scrambling and scraping for.
Hey man. Hey man.
That's the.
I get it. I get the hey man.
What you
So,
get?
no, sometimes you just not really, you know what I'm saying, like able to react. And all you can say is, hey man.
Amen is what you say when you know
You was doing some
you
shit.
was doing some shit, but you can't admit to the fact that you was actually doing some shit. You know what I mean?
It's so bad that we can't even drink Ciroc no more, bro. I went on my trip.
Why was you drinking Ciroc? Yeah,
I went on my
about
trip. No,
let's hear about your trip.
I went on my trip. First thing we did, you know, you got to get bottles.
Yeah.
And food.
Yeah, absolutely.
But bottles specifically.
Absolutely.
Where'd you
go? You was on the island?
Yeah, I was on the island, man. Island. It was nice. I needed it. Yo, I came back. We twins?
Not yet.
Damn.
I
ain't get there yet.
You're going to need some more sessions in the sun before, you know, you can reach me.
But you can see, like,
it looked like you spent a weekend in Martha's Vineyard.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Not a full island.
Not a full, okay.
Yeah, but, you know, an island for the rich.
Well, no, definitely not that. But yeah, so everybody was grabbing bottles, and I was really feeling inspired off our last episode. Shout out to Yazzie.
Yo.
Yeah, she pulled up. Yes. It was a really fun episode.
Salute to Yaz.
And if you didn't tune in last week, we did talk very, very briefly. Well, I did at least. Let me not say we. I don't want to indict y'all in the shit that I'm learning.
Okay.
Because I didn't know there was a thing called Diddy juice.
SaVon.
And so now I like the grape juice with the lemonade and the Ciroc. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that bad.
You know what your problem is? You don't learn. He's in court on trial for spreading all of his juices.
That's a different type of juice.
But you shouldn't want to get next to any sort of juice with Diddy's name on it.
I'm talking.
That's your problem. You got the sand between your toes out?
Nah. I could show y'all.
No, actually, I have something to tell you.
Oh shit!
How close do you get with the people that assist you on your vacations? Don't answer. I want to let the audience know that SaVon's tour guide was liking my pictures on Instagram.
Wait.
I got the proof.
Wait, what was he doing?
So
you're lying.
What you told him?
Dead ass?
Yes, dead ass. You
Why
know the one, and you know the one too.
That's my guy, Miguel. My nigga Miguel. For real?
Yes, he was liking my pictures.
How he find you?
Nigga, we're connected. You don't know the shit you do can affect me and vice versa?
We twins, that's why.
No, we're not twins. That's
Damn.
it. Nah, nigga, I've been tried to give you that. I tried to give you that term a long time ago. You didn't want to do it. It's dead. Now, why was what was his name?
Miguel.
Oh yeah. Why was Manny liking my pictures? Oh, my fault. My fault.
Honestly, I don't know. I think they just get curious about the people that they host, and he was like, "Oh shit, Papi."
You gave him some money, didn't you? So he wanted to see if all his friends had a little coin.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. This nigga was liking pictures from like 2020.
Just for, like on your page.
Yeah.
Or the pictures that we have together, because you know we all won.
Both.
Damn. Oh, he was trying to get it off. He was trying to like recruit you.
Yeah, I think he was trying to scam me.
2020.
He was trying to recruit you.
Listen,
don't do that.
Because he was sipping the Diddy juice too. I put him on to the lemonade with the grape and the tequila, not the Ciroc.
You brought the Diddy juice to vacay?
I mean, bro, it's lemonade, grape juice, and whatever alcohol you want.
Then call it the SaVon juice.
Nah, no.
SJ, call it SJ.
We got to remix that.
I can't give none of my juices out.
Yo.
I gotta keep mine for me. The fuck you thought?
Yo, tell your tour guy get off my page.
Right. He's a good guy.
You sure?
Yeah, man.
I thought I was about to get lined.
Anything you need, he can get for you, bro. I got you.
Gotta be careful with that though.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Yo, came back and I am fucking happy to not look at a black screen anymore.
Wait,
look at us, man. Look at us.
Oh, new artwork.
We look good. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up.
Clap it up for
please.
us. Clap it up for us.
Clap it up real quick.
Yes, new artwork.
We do have some new artwork. And also, we finally hit 100K on YouTube, man.
Yes.
God
Round of applause again.
Round of fucking applause. Thank y'all for making that thing possible. 100K is no small feat.
I remember when we had 10 people.
A measly 10.
A 10.
A measly 10 people. And that actually happened while I was away. We was in a group chat talking about it.
Thanks.
A lot of people wished us well. And again, thank y'all for tapping in, subscribing. I know, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later with the whole Kai Cenat, the streaming, the BET Awards. But I had a lot of revelations while I was away. As you know, I try to do.
Yeah.
But this one in particular, this accomplishment, this benchmark, is just a testament to never stopping.
Yes.
Continue to go. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta keep going. Thank you to everybody who consumes us on YouTube.
Consumes us for sure.
Yeah. Salute to the audio listeners too, but the YouTube community, thank y'all. It means a lot. It means a lot. Remember we used to have beef with them niggas?
Yeah, I still
watch it.
It's still a little iffy over there on that app. It's still a little iffy when it comes to the YouTubers. They have welcomed me a little bit more. They have been a lot more vocal. Again, shout out to the silent listeners. I know y'all there. I know y'all tapped in. The numbers haven't moved. The numbers keep going up. So thank y'all. And again, I think the YouTube metrics are the only true indicators that you all see. Right?
Yeah,
so
they don't get to see the audience.
We could talk about how great we're doing and all the other things, but you'll never be able to see it unless, I just go rogue one day.
Hey, but salute to the audio listeners too. They make sure we are in that Apple top 200 every week. From week to week. So thank you.
Hold up, not 200, damn.
No, I mean we be in 100, but like I'm saying, the list is of 200.
Put us where we belong in the top 50, bro.
All right, my fault.
Because we be in the top 50. It does, but the 200 just make me sound a little. You know how Wale told Kai Cenat, "Yo, fam, you making me sound crazy."
Careful.
Why?
Be careful.
That's what he said.
Be careful.
So when you said we at top 200, it's like, yo, wait, hold up, nigga. We a little better than that.
I'm just saying.
But nah, you're right. Yeah, shout out to y'all too. Shout out to y'all too.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all.
Love you. Alex, shout out to you because you're the reason why we still on YouTube. If it were up to me,
yeah, you right. Give me my flowers.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I wouldn't. We wouldn't even have cameras.
Yeah, it was up to SaVon, man.
Straight audio,
just bare audio episodes, just hearing voice,
audiogram,
no face, just voice.
Honestly, we could use the iPhone.
No, you see. Again, thank you to the YouTube community. We love you. Continue to like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, and tell a friend that we in the motherfucking building.
We in the motherfucking building. With that being said, what's going on, y'all? It's the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know, on the Need to Know podcast. I go by the name SaVon, SaVon, and the N is for new revelations.
Oh, and we're gonna get to your new revelations because you didn't speak to them yet. What up, y'all? It's your boy A, as always. Pac or Bone Poppy, never alone, always with the posse. There's only one Alex. P, what up, my guy?
Yo, I'm good. Always excited to be back. I know there's a lot of stuff that has transpired since the last time we've been here, so definitely excited to get into it. Talk about a lot of Kai stuff, BT, and
yeah, we got a
ton to get Lil Wayne. We're gonna get to that Lil Wayne.
True.
We're gonna get to that Wayne, y'all.
We are now 3 out of 4 on this pod. Bald as shit. Okay. I don't like how y'all didn't, Frankie's in the building. Shout out to Frankie, always holding us down when we don't have our rotating musical chairs co-host. Frankie is here in the building, caked up. Frank, salute to you. He always got it up.
What?
Caked up, he always got it up.
You're trying to incriminate Frankie.
That's it.
Hey, if you're new here, audio listeners, Frankie is our in-house alien who SaVon is referencing. He doesn't say much.
It don't say he.
I'm
gender neutral.
They don't say much. But they're here.
Wait, but aliens are it's.
I don't know what they are yet.
I don't know. I just know Frankie been here.
Okay.
And Frankie's a unisex name.
That's a fact.
You never know.
Either way, Frankie Nunez.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With that being said, what y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What y'all been up to?
Feeling good. Feeling great, man. No complaints. We're in the building. What's up with you?
I don't know. What the fuck we want to begin? It's so much. I feel. My ears bled. What you want to
on vacay?
Nah, hell no. On the plane listening to Lil Wayne.
Wait.
God damn. I was trying to still work. I was committed to the cause, all right?
I'm over here getting mad serious. I'm like, oh my God, did you catch an infection when you were on vacation?
Damn, you got into a fight? Somebody punched you in the
over here.
I was committed to us. And I said, you know what?
Yeah, that Carter spin?
Top 5 Dead or Alive, no Jada Kiss. He dropped. The Carter 6. Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 6.
Yeah.
And I listened to it. And I was not a fan.
Most people
like
weren't.
A lot of people weren't. And Alex, I'm going to get out the way because like the YouTube people tell me, I listen to y'all. Y'all tell me to shut the fuck up when it's time to talk music, all right? So I'm going to shut the fuck up for now, but I'm going to be talking again.
No,
Stupid. Talking again.
Yes, as SaVon said, the Carter 6 is now out in your phone. A lot of you guys know that because you complained on social media. Now, let's go back a little bit. On last week's episode, we were actually supposed to talk about how we haven't heard any talk of the Carter 6. Remember that?
Yep.
We just never got a chance to get to it because we're having so much fun with everything else we were discussing. Right? And salute to our guests. But I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't surprised that we didn't get what we wanted solely off of that. Let's go back a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when the Super Bowl happened?
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, cool. What do we remember Lil Wayne doing around the Super Bowl time?
Crying.
Making an announcement that the album was coming.
That the album was coming. So, much to what SaVon said, when I click play, and that's the fucked up part, right? The intro wasn't terrible, but it gets terrible real quick. But I thought to myself, I said, this cannot be the album that Lil Wayne was teasing when it was still cold outside.
Yeah.
Right? It can't be.
Nah.
It can't be. Because
at least you hope it's not.
You would hope, right? Because someone that had however many months to actually perfect it, hone it, see what they like, what they don't like, there's no way that it could sound like that. As the songs progressed, it felt mixtapey. Did we get the same vibe?
Yeah. I only like 3 songs.
Same.
You like 3 songs?
Same. He went like 2 or 3 out of like 20.
It sucks because Lil Wayne is one of those artists where we saw his peak. And again, shout out to BET because y'all reminded me of how grateful I am for the era of music that I grew up in.
Man,
They just walked me through my whole childhood, my teenage years, and I was like, thank you, Lord, I did not grow up on DDG. Like, thank you, God, I got like real.
What's wrong with DDG?
He just caught it stray. My son DDG just caught it stray. But continue. You're right. We'll get to the BET Awards.
Thank you. Yeah. It's all I was saying, right? And so I listened to the Lil Wayne thing, and I saw everybody's disappointment. And honestly, I wasn't surprised. I don't know why we still have expectations for Lil Wayne in 2025 musically.
You want to know what it is? It's the Carter series.
It's been ass, though. Half of the Carter series is ass. He's ass 6.
But part of your point of when you spoke about 106 in Park and what we grew up on, the Carter series is nostalgic to a lot of us. Well, let's be specific. Carter 1, 2, and 3. Right?
And then 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And now 6. He's 50%. And then if you really want to like think about it, the first 3, he was the guy. So he had all the resources, he had all the producers, he had all the features. He was actually leading the charge of the sound of that time.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's just stuck. There's no progression in anything that he's saying, anything that he's doing. I think he's hurting himself every time he puts out music.
Okay. I do agree with that. And I don't want to say that I hate the entire project, even though I do hate most of it. Sorry, Wayne. He's also on tour. And this project is also projected to do around 120 to 140, which I think is pretty impressive for an album that everyone is telling you that they hate. They didn't even give it a second. They didn't give it a shot.
We know numbers don't really be meaning.
I know.
When it comes to like those artists.
And there's a such thing as like hate plays.
Yes,
okay.
That is true.
Right? Like, I'm going to keep spinning this song for y'all to tell y'all how bad it was. I'm going to use it for memes. I'm going to use them for reels to be funny and things of that nature. But like I said, when I talked about it sounding like a mixtape, I really wish he would have just left the entire Carter series alone at 3. I know you feel that way as well. The problem with the direction he took with it, when you say you're dropping an album, we're expecting certain things out of you, right? Maybe the content going to feel a little different. The approach, there's going to be a theme, there's going to be a narrative. When you're dealing with a mixtape, you don't necessarily need a narrative. I mean, you can have one, but you don't need it. And as fans, it kind of gets us to realize what is actually on the way and what's coming, right? We respect and love Lil Wayne, especially coming off of all he had to say with wanting to do the Super Bowl. I could see why some people would think that this album would be special.
See, I didn't respect any of that. That whole Super Bowl situation, I didn't necessarily care for that. It felt like a lot of entitlement. It felt like crying. It felt like a solo. I haven't liked or cared for how Lil Wayne's been moving in a very long time. Yeah, and maybe this album is what kind of exposed him in that way, where it's like, wait, he's been this great artist that we've heralded, but no, like I said it on the pod and I was thinking it right before he said it. He's very complimentary to like Eminem. To where they're they're just really good rappers.
I was just about to get to that actually.
Like they're just really good rappers.
I was actually just gonna get to that.
And they don't say anything. They don't stand for anything. It's like I can't connect on you. It's only so many metaphors that I can hear about you eating pussy.
That's the thing. That's right.
I heard it all.
We heard Pussy Monster. I was there for Pussy Monster in real time.
And it was cool when you did it then, but it's like, where's the evolution? What's going on, Need to Know Pod family? We are partnering back again with the good folks over at Underdog Fantasy. What is Underdog Fantasy, you ask? It is only the very best daily sports fantasy app.
Exactly. Now, we need you to sign up using code NEED2KNOW, all right? And make just your first deposit and get up to $1,000 in bonus credit. Come on, man.
As y'all all know, NBA playoff season is here. I have been locked in, picking my favorite players for hires and some of my least favorite maybe for lowers. But hires, lowers, that's the only way to go on here, all right? The more selections you make, the more chances you have to earn more money. It is that simple.
Real simple.
All right? The more selects, the more picks. Please, you can win up to 325 times your money. Make sure y'all go get that. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Again, need to know is the code. Like you said, don't wait. Download it now.
I'm seeing a lot of rap fans say that Lil Wayne should hang it up, retire. And I don't necessarily agree with that, especially when you have people like Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks was coined as the PLK, the punchline king, right? And in his later works, as of lately, right, we're hearing more of the maturation from Lloyd Banks, right? As to when there was a time where maybe certain people would say he was dependent on there being a punchline. That's all I heard on this Wayne album, right? Like an older gentleman just trying to get a bunch of these punchlines off. And I'm like, dog, back then, all of that worked.
Yeah.
It made sense in the moment. It wasn't cringy. Some of the punchlines just come off as cringy now. And I want to salute Lloyd Banks for realizing that in maturation and with his artistry and his music, because now when you listen to him, we're hearing about him as a person, him as a father, some of the things he wants to go about and do, right? And I'm sure Lil Wayne has heard this 1,000 times and he's going to do whatever he wants to do. But if he decides to step into that lane, lean into maybe a version, a side of him that we haven't seen before, I don't think he should step away. But the punchline thing, it's time, man.
My thing with Wayne is you've had a career since you was a child.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so you have a ton of life experiences. You've been through a ton, like you've had tax issues. You and the person you claim or use as a father figure, y'all haven't seen eye to eye. You signed some of the biggest stars in the world. You were the shadow, then you got overshadowed. Like you have so many different things to really talk about. You have substance to your career. It's like, why can't you figure out a way to put that into the content? Like your audience has grown with you.
But you want to know what it is, though? I think a lot of people are subject to the same experiences over and over and over again. So to your point, even though he did start it pretty early, I think to his detriment, him doing the same things maybe over and over again is probably why he can't speak to other shit. And maybe we could be wrong, but also the whole, oh my God, I don't know what's going on with anything, Wayne. I'm tired of that.
Wayne's World.
I don't even believe that.
That's what he's called it over the years. I live in Wayne's World.
But I'm hearing him reference things. Like I heard him reference homie from Friends, Matthew, what's his name? So I'm like, wait, so you know Matthew from Friends? But who? Yes, thank you. And rest in peace. Matthew Perry. I'm like, so wait, you know about Matthew Perry and this and that, but certain rappers come up to you and you have no idea what's going on.
It's kind of like Kai Cenat.
Again, we're going to get there.
Wow.
We're going to get there.
It's kind of like Kai Cenat. A little bit.
Just in your own world type shit.
Just,
right? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he's had a career. So you could give us a little bit more.
You think he's trying to be too eclectic? Wayne?
I just think he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. I think he lives in his own world. Like we see artists become legacy acts, but he's one who still tries to compete in today's era, right? Like Snoop dropped an album. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like Snoop is trying to chase anything, a sound, a moment, trying to prove himself. He's just doing what he does.
Being Snoop.
Right? He's just being him. Mm-hmm. Where Lil Wayne is still upset, or he was upset or frustrated about not getting the Super Bowl, right? We see him, you know, there was speculation about a Drake and Kendrick kind of situation. I don't know if he backed out of it. I don't have confirmation. I did hear some things from some people I know about it, but it didn't come out, so I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I just feel like he's not really maturing in that way, and it's just sad to see, because if that's the case, like, move on to the next phase of your career. Like, T.I. still drops music, but he's not a slave to music. And it reminds me of that Pusha T bar where he said another multi-platinum rapper trapped and can't retire. Right? And that was to Wayne years ago. Yeah. And he kind of, you know, manifested that in his career, because it feels like, oh, he has to do this. For survival. It's not a choice. Yeah. This is all you know how to do, all you can do to eat, to live, And it's sad. A little bit. It's a little sad. To me, at least. As somebody who grew up on Wayne and then seeing the BET Awards and then like he's still holding on to his hair. Do something with that shit, nigga. Do something with it. You got 4 dreads.
He put some more in there.
You got 6 dreads.
No, he put some more in there.
He got 8.5 dreads.
He put some more in
there. He did.
So you're saying you want him to have a complete 180?
Just mature.
Okay.
Just mature.
Yeah,
just grow. And I'm not even gonna say mature. Just grow as an artist, right? Eating ass from the back. We get it, Wayne.
We get it.
We get it. You are the man.
We know.
Ain't no pussy you can't eat, nigga.
Yeah,
cool. You got it.
You had it all.
But it's like, all right, tell me how you felt when you was on top of the world. Absolutely. And now Young Money is no longer relevant.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, talk to me about these moments or just share what it's like to go through the struggles that he's gone through. Or maybe not even talk about the highs of it too. When you felt like you was at the top and you was alone. What does Lil Wayne feel like when he's alone?
Rebirth.
Yeah, nah. You know what? Yeah, he can't get to. Yeah, he can't. He start putting out bullshit. Yeah, Wayne, you just gotta. I think. It's over.
What's up?
Question.
Yeah.
I guess mainly for Alex, but SaVon, definitely you as well.
Yeah.
In writing sessions and like album listening reviews with your team, do you have people in there? And I guess the configuration is different depending on who, but is there people in there to also provide pushback? Like, hey, like, I don't think this is it. Or do you think everybody in that session was saying, hey, like, this is ass?
Back to what SaVon said about it being Wayne's World. You have to kind of be the artist that wants to receive the help, right? I think a lot of the times artists like Wayne, that's another thing too. Wayne comes from the school of, I don't write nothing.
Okay.
Remember?
And you could tell.
All right, stop it.
And he need it.
Stop it.
He better find a pen.
He got a punchline coming for you. Keep playing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be his hardest line out.
It's going to be the hardest. He goes from SaVon. It's going to be crazy.
He can get it off in my name.
Drake, it's going to go wild.
And if that bring Wayne back, fuck it. I'll be the scapegoat because we need it. That nigga better pick up a pen. He better go pick up some hair extensions. He gonna pick up some M's.
So when you're a stop it. You don't know what he needs. But when you're so accustomed, Pierre, to doing things the way you've done them since you were 16 years old, right? Think about it. He's in his 40s now, right? He's never written ever. So now as you're going into these sessions for yourself, you're going into them the same way you've always done them over and over and over again, right? Until you actually would allow yourself to allow for a producer to come in, a songwriter to come in, right?
Okay.
That's why the song structures have changed a lot now as of late too.
True.
Because people are just going into the booth and doing what they want, right? Not really utilizing all the tools to their disposal, right?
Do you guys have a favorite song from the album yet?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I love the outro. The outro is probably where we kind of...
Oh, that's when it ends, right? Yeah, turn that shit off.
See, niggas?
You dead ass right. I like the outro too. You know why? Because I knew it was coming to an end.
You see that?
Oh shit, and last song.
That's your problem. That's your problem.
Nah, dead ass. I love that outro. I lied. I got a favorite song.
Yeah,
the outro.
I was turned off by the track with Bono. Again, I only have three good songs, but the Bono one threw me off.
I have PTSD with Bono. I remember a time where I couldn't remove his album out my phone.
Oh, facts.
And I still sleep about that from time to time. So when I see Bono, I get to running. That U2 album just wouldn't leave the phone, remember?
It was wild.
I remember.
Still no explanation as to why that was ever a thing.
Oh, money.
Okay.
Yeah. Apple Music, money, partnerships, all of that bullshit.
Yeah.
But by the time I got to the Bono track as well, I felt as if, this is a no-no. I heard the Rock the Bells flip, man, and salute to LL. That's my unk. And that's why it felt like a mixtape to me. Because on the album, I'm assuming for you to, similar to what SaVon said, get into your bag. Talk about some more shit. Don't flip these records and then there's no organization, there's no theme. It's just a mess. But he's on tour right now. Do support him. And let's see. Oh, lastly, the songs that I do like. SaVon, yes, the outro. The outro is called Written History. I also like the fact that he featured both of his sons on here. Lil Novi, who comes from Playboy Cardi School, and Cameron Carter. So that was super dope. Another song I really, really like, probably my favorite song, is Flex Up.
Okay.
Great production, easy to listen to. You don't have to guard your ears.
Yeah.
But salute to Wayne. Let's see what he does next. And hopefully he listens to some of this. Yeah. Stop acting like you in Wayne's World. You hear some of this.
He probably won't.
Yeah.
I hope one of the things he does is he leans into who he was. And who he could be.
The skateboarder.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same experiences.
No, man.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
The same experiences?
No.
You keep doing the same shit.
The mix, like something you forgot. One of my favorite Wayne songs ever. Buried. You'll probably never get it on DSPs. If you're from our time period, you know that song.
I see what you're saying.
That's pain. I felt that. I literally have cried to that song.
Yeah.
Like that I could probably tattoo the whole verse on my arm. Like that's a real song. You know what I'm saying? Like lean into those moments. And I think BET did a really, really phenomenal job of leaning in to who they were.
Yes, they did.
They leaned in finally. It's something that we've been waiting for. The BET Awards was this past weekend.
They had a budget, didn't they?
They had they clearly had a budget because everybody was out. Every time I thought to myself when I was watching it, where is this person? They popped up on the screen.
No bullshit.
Every single time.
No bullshit. I did that with Kendrick, and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Really?
He's right there.
Yeah. It was just so many people in. I feel like there's a lot of people who could benefit from that. And even like who we are as individuals. It's something I subscribe to in my personal life. Like lean into who you are, what makes you you, what people love you for. It's okay to like step out of your bag and try different things. And we saw that with BET. It didn't work for a lot of years.
It did.
Right?
Yeah. Big salute to Jesse Collins, who produced the show. He is usually at the head of most of these award shows. This year, though, felt very, very different and special, to your point, SaVon.
Yeah, for sure.
They just didn't miss a mark. I'm in shock still. I'm going to be honest with you.
You know what it did for me? And I know we always have these debates and these conversations on this pod.
Yeah.
It's really the only time outside of maybe therapy where I get this off, right? When I talk about the Black American experience, right? Because hip hop is that culture for us. Now, obviously, we're all Black people. I'm not trying to divide, none of that shit.
Yeah.
But when we're breaking it down into microcosms, whatever, what's the word?
Microcosms.
Boom, there we go.
You had it.
Nah, I'm a nigga.
He said like it was a religion. Microcosms.
Yeah,
you was right there.
But when we break it down in those ways, hip hop is that culture for Black Americans in that way, right? It's documented our history. It's something that we can all connect to and thrive. Like this award show kind of highlighted that for me in a real way, though, Bradesky. Because even with the Kai Cenat exchange, which I know we've been teasing and we'll get to it, but him not being familiar with Wale, and then people are resurfacing his clips. I said this last week. Sometimes you got to go back to understand today. And everybody started going back and saying, yo, Kai Cenat, he's you know, what is it, first generation?
First generation what? What you mean?
Immigrant, I believe.
His mom's
parents
from
got you.
Yeah, so
that's me too.
Yeah, so a lot of the times, with y'all, and y'all could probably speak to it, because your parents, the household you grow up in, you have to outsource these forms of entertainment, these artists. You don't necessarily just grow up in it. And now, of course, proximity and all of those things, but you find it outside of your home, right? It's not necessarily in your home. You when you go to school and you got friends and you turn on the TV, you learn it. But if you were still living with your parents back in their home country, you probably wouldn't have these interests, right? You probably wouldn't come across as easy.
But you don't think those kids saw 106 in Park?
No, of course I do.
Yeah.
But what I was saying when it comes to this point is, for Black Americans, I grew up with this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is my parents' grew up in this, right? And music has been the trend that kind of kept us connected. And I feel like BET did a really good job of keeping that at the forefront. And it's somebody who necessarily doesn't have like a culture, so to speak, outside of being a Black.
Don't do that.
Stop saying
Don't
that.
do that.
Your culture is BET. You just said it.
That was good. That was good.
You just said.
Y'all niggas got. So what's my flag? See, I ain't got no flag, bro.
Oh, you know the flag. Black, red, and green.
Oh yeah,
you know the one.
Yeah.
You know the one.
I know.
This guy's crazy.
I'm gonna get down through Mark. I'm gonna get down through Mark. You play.
But nah, I just thought it was a real great display of us as Black people in general, and there was some real big highlights on it.
Big highlights. What you saying?
No, I was gonna say, I'll say this much. I didn't watch the awards because I was so tapped into the stream. I was more excited. Yeah, I was more excited about that than But it was a good show.
I peeked my head into the stream, actually. It was kind of cool to see how the show was producing the show versus Kai Cenat being behind the scenes of it. Yeah. That was fucking super dope. He spoke to Nostalgia, of course, again.
Yeah.
106 and Park tribute.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. We even got a quick little snippet from Drewski on his Instagram page the day before, where he's reenacting the Genuine performance where, he's shaking on the bed and he hops up and he dancing. All that shit was amazing. We got to see some of the hosts, right? Terrence J, Bow Wow, Mr. 106 in Park. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see AJ and Free.
No, we did see Free.
Oh,
Roxy wasn't there.
Oh, Free was in there?
Yeah, Free was there. Free was there. She introduced Bow Wow on B2K.
Oh my God, you right. So many people that was in there. Yeah,
Free was in the building. Big Tigger was in the building.
Right.
Julissa was in the building. They had most of the hosts, and it felt great to see. Like,
and you want to know
my culture? Oh my God, I'm black. Oh, I'm proud. Fuck, man. Like, I felt like that for real.
No, I know. And it felt good to see the artists of that era perform during that tribute segment, right? Jim Jones, A. Marie, Keisha Cole, Maya, T.I. It just brought me back to, leaving school.
Yep.
It's around 2-something. 106 in Park is an evening airing. You go grab your little Chinese food, dollar rice, barbecue sauce, throw a few wings in there. You feel me? You go get you an Arizona. This one we was just buying Arizonas $1. That's when they wasn't $1.50. And then you would head home and just consume the music that you like in a countdown
for sure
fashion. Like it just really brought me back, and I love that. I appreciate that.
It made me think of the mornings, the countdowns in the mornings, like on MTV that MTV used to have.
Oh my God! Remember the VH1?
Yeah, VH1s. Yeah.
That was amazing.
And it's dope to see everybody. They still look great. Like everybody's working still. What?
Oh no! There was a dress code this year.
Why? What'd you say that?
The attire from this BET
to the nines.
Oh no, they were dapper.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying that there's never been a dress code before. I don't know, but this year you can tell that something was said. Make a mark.
It was a statement.
It was a statement.
It was a statement show
for Black people. Look your best. Look elegant. Look fly. I'm saying the same way they do at the Emmys. Let's do it here.
I heard Kevin Hart mention that he kind of, I think, had a hand to play into that. The theme of the attire and everything.
I could see
that. And I'm glad you mentioned Kevin Hart because he's one of our culture's shining stars, A-list.
Yeah.
He's one of those ones, and his talent was on full display as a host. Really honestly, I get jealous when I see people so good at what they do, bro. I lean into that shit. Lean into hating a little bit sometimes. God damn, nigga. Because why this nigga so nice? Like, he's great.
Well, he couldn't get great. He couldn't get height. Let him have something.
My hate turns into inspiration. For real,
never
bro.
Pick up a pen.
Nah, my hate.
Never
I'm
get in the
inspirate for real, bro. Because my hate make me inspirate. I'm like, yo,
I'm so glad. I'm so glad this is the mic you chose. Nothing to do.
Nah, if I picked up the pen for real,
nothing would happen.
Double. We could write a 16 one day for real.
Okay, but you would also have to perform the 16. How do you think you would perform it?
Depends on the beat. Depends on the beat. Depends on the tequila, bro.
You pick the beat.
What we doing, Don Julio? You want me to get the Henny? We can do whatever you want. But
we don't drink Henny.
Nah. Kevin Hart, I think he did a great job. He set the tone with the jokes, with everything. Like,
he smoked
every room he's in. He's just one of those people where it's like, yo, I'm proud. I'm happy. Like, I watched this awards and I felt happy to be a part of this era where I feel like past years, BET kept trying to chase moments and kept trying to chase the kids, and TikTok, obviously, all of these things where it's like, I didn't identify with it. The younger kids, they're not watching your linear TV program. They're just not, right? And the older folks, you tuned them out too. So who was you really feeding at that time? You wasn't leaning into anything. And this year, when I saw Kevin Hart, it's like, oh, familiar face. Oh shit, Kevin Hart, he's with Drewski and Kai Cenat. All right, cool. Now they're doing that thing again. The thing when the three of them link up.
The thing, you know the thing.
They doing that, yo, go do that thing again. Y'all niggas be doing, y'all be killing that shit when the three of y'all link up. Go get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do the thing again. I'm going to bring Kevin Hart who is the movie star, the A-list actor, host, all of those things, familiar face. Everybody knows Kev. I'm going to go get Kai Cenat, who got the stream. He had, I think, over 300,000 people viewing live while watching the BET Awards, then flooding the clips on your phone. And then I'm going to go get Drewski, one of the funniest people who knows what to do and when to do it, right? Like, let's go do that thing again. I just feel like they executed on so many different levels. If an alien came down and said, hey, show me what the BET Awards is, that's the BET Awards I'm giving them.
No, I absolutely agree. It was star-studded.
It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Even big salute to the Jamie Foxx tribute. That was done beautifully. I think that featured people like Jennifer Hudson.
You cried?
I teared up. I ain't about to sit here and cap to y'all, man. Yeah, it was... Because y'all know I love Jamie Foxx.
I know, that's why I asked.
Y'all know how I feel about Jamie Foxx. The Jamie Foxx show to me is better than Martin.
They both had strokes.
Wow.
Them niggas fought through. Now you're trying to pit them against each other. Let them live.
That's crazy.
Just let them live.
You're not supposed to say that.
Just let them live. That's all I'm saying.
I'm letting them live.
Stop trying to pit them together, bro. They overcame some shit.
I'm not. I'm just saying, I think the Martin show gets so much love. Like, it's easy to get Martin love.
Yeah.
The Jamie Foxx show just does not get the flowers I think it deserves. Anyway, that's a separate point, separate podcast episode. But yeah, I did tear up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you because I remember watching his Netflix special.
Same.
Right? And I think we spoke about it a little bit, right? And I came in and said I don't think it was funny. It just felt like a testimony, which wasn't a bad thing at the time. But just to hear other people sing to his talent and speak about him and show up for him, and his two daughters was in the front row the same way they was there at the Netflix special. It just felt really warm. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I started to feel moisture in my eyes a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas. That shit was sweet. That shit was sweet, man.
You see how it's such a struggle for him to say. Just say, I really appreciated how that made me feel, how Jamie made me feel in that moment.
I'm never gonna say how a nigga made me feel.
But he made you feel emotions,
You're
bro.
talking about it now. You're just not saying it explicitly.
Like,
nah, I did feel like,
see?
I
So
did.
man.
I feel like
His guard get on when he start getting emotional, vulnerable.
When
the last time you cried?
I told you I cried, bro.
I want to know the last.
All right, but I got to be truthful, and I can't remember.
Damn.
But last time you asked me, shit, it was recent. Last time you asked me, I was like, a week ago.
Yeah.
I'm a crying ass nigga.
You did say that.
I'm lying with my allergies. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Clean it up. Yeah. It was nice to see Jamie Foxx on that other side of the tribute. Yeah. Because we've seen Jamie perform, we've seen him host, we've seen him sing, we've seen him be the entertainer, we've seen him bring the people together, deliver the tough news. Like, we've seen Jamie just be that person. Yeah. And it is also one of those moments where it's like, God damn, I'm getting old. Because now my legends are the legends that's being honored, and the career lifetime achievement award is like, dude, what are we talking about? Like, this is Jamie Foxx. But knowing everything that he's overcome, and I think he has, outside of this BET Awards, I can't remember which year, but I want to say it was the year that Michael Jackson passed away. He hosted, and this is the year when
0809
Chris Brown had the performance. Everybody was there was so many different tributes to Michael Jackson, and I'm pretty sure he was the host that year. Right. And I just remember, like, he's been synonymous with BET in my eyes because of that particular award show. So to see people honoring him, to see the baby faces come out, to see how Tank came out, delivered the Ray Charles, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, like you said, Jennifer, she's a cheat code, by the way.
She's crazy.
Jennifer Hudson is a cheat code. I was listening to that performance with a white guy. I told my white brother,
well, why did you do that?
This is church. Because I needed him to see what we be doing. This is church.
On Black Entertainment Television.
On BET. Like, I felt it. I literally had goosebumps. And I watched it on a laptop. Like, I wasn't even really prepared for what it was that they did. But I think they executed on so many different levels. And I think it's easy to get on this podcast or just podcasts or talk in general about the things that we dislike. About the Will Smith slap at the Oscars, right? Like, it's easy to talk about the bullshit that goes on.
That was fire.
I like that a little bit.
Nah, I don't like.
I like that a little. I ain't about to say a lot of you.
Will was depressed, man.
And that's how you get through your depression sometimes.
Slapping the nigga.
Sometimes you gotta slap somebody viciously. You get through that depression quick.
Nah, because if you let something slide, then it's open season.
And then it eats at you.
Yeah.
That was a joke, though, from a comedian.
No, nigga, you are not a comedian. You my friend. Chris Rock knew Will.
Chris Rock was trying to fuck his wife.
Now I gotta slap you.
Hey, points were made.
Now I got slapped.
Points were made, brother. Touche.
No bullshit. No.
But yeah, I thought the tribute was dope.
I was surprised to see Kendrick and SZA there.
Were you?
Yeah, I know they're on tour, and I know the awards show was in LA. But
he hasn't been in like over 10 years.
But I ain't gonna lie. After you talk about Drake not being like us, you better show up to the Black Entertainment Awards.
Everywhere.
You got to.
That's what you think.
No, that's not what I think. I think he's gonna come regardless because he had an amazing year.
Got it.
But it would have looked crazy if my dog ain't pull up to the Black Entertainment Awards
after having the year he had.
Yeah, it would look crazy. So I'm glad that the two of them made time to do that. Yo, he ran into Kai Cenat and Drewski. Drewski like he saw a ghost.
Yeah, facts. I seen that.
It's just
come backstage.
Niggas said, yo, Drewski not allowed to talk to Kendrick.
The crazy thing is, people really look at Kendrick like he's the boogeyman. And him and Kevin Hart the same height.
Yo.
I was like, oh, he's a gangster.
Ain't that crazy?
This nigga is real, bro.
You know how gangster you gotta be to do that?
Because my head, like, I don't know why my brain worked like this. But when he went to go accept his awards, Kevin Hart was on stage to hand him his award. So I'm waiting for the height difference.
It was just the same.
These niggas was
Stop it.
But everybody shook at him, bro. They really respect him.
And then you
he got some different type of aura, bro. I don't know what these little niggas got going on.
See, and then you said eye to eye, and that made me think about how they had Stevie reading off the teleprompter. No, actually, they said the people were feeding him words in the ear. That was impressive.
Oh, that's what they said?
Yeah. These award shows are always so amazing because you get to see people accept these awards, and they're very long-winded. I just felt bad for Stevie. Stevie was tired. Because you remember, he presented Jamie with his award.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jamie just kept going and going and going. Stevie just in the corner, tired. I was the only nigga watching. That's how I know my brain is off. I'm like, you gonna keep talking? Stevie is tired. He is trying to give you this award and leave. But
you gotta think, if you almost die, you gotta get it off. Stevie gonna have to wait. It's like, your handicap over my handicap. We gonna have to battle it out. The worst of two evils. Like,
then Jamie started jerking on.
It was almost over for me. You gonna have to sit here.
That's what Jamie said.
Yeah, bro. Like, nah, I get it, Jamie.
Just to confirm, Kev and Kendrick are the same height, 5'5".
Wow.
According to like the internet.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I wasn't even trying to be funny. I just because when I saw it, these sneakers that I'm wearing, I bought them because
oh my God,
you a little hype?
No, that's not why.
I thought you were about to say.
No, I bought them because they are like I don't have to tie my shoes. You just slip them on, keep them moving. Super comfortable. Work out in these shits. They give you real good support.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, I saw Kendrick wearing the same shoes.
Hey, you got that Kendrick swag.
I saw him wearing the same shoes.
And me. Look the blue ones.
Look at
Look at you.
Look at
y'all fashionistas now.
Wait, hold on.
I'm saying, say me too. Like, you noticed it before I did.
You took Pierre's swag.
Facts. It's all right,
nah,
bro.
SaVon, why you ain't just come in and keep it a bug with your man? Be like, yo, I took your swag.
That don't even.
It don't sound. That's hate.
That's never happened.
So you rather take Kendrick's swag?
I didn't take no swag. I bought the shoes. I like the shoes. My boy had them on. Kendrick had them on.
Who you think had them first?
But I've noticed with Kendrick, he always wears shoes that give him a little inch or two.
As he should, nigga. If I was 5'1", I'd be wearing
stilettos.
I'd be wearing them shits Dennis Rodman hat on. Fuck is you niggas talking about? Y'all gonna see some height in here. What? I know certain short people that like stand like on their tippy toes when they take a picture.
Dave Portnoy.
He does that?
Yeah, Dave Portnoy does that.
Y'all are nasty. I should stop.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, not Ronaldo.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is, but they do stand on their tippy toes in pictures. As if we can't see their feet.
Ronaldo, you just won with your team. You in Portugal. You better stop.
Yeah, man. So I think it was just dope to see Jamie Foxx. He also had an exchange with Kai Cenat. Mm-hmm. Let's get to Kai.
Yeah, man, we got to get to Kai. Well, salute to BET for even allowing for there to be streaming in the building. I think that's innovative.
That's risky, too.
Super risky.
I was waiting for somebody to fuck up.
But it was a live show, too.
I know, but it's a live stream. The stream, he was catching people behind the scene. Like, I was waiting for, I ain't going like a little nip slip.
SaVon. Janet Jackson wasn't enough.
Nah, I was too young.
He said I was too young.
Yeah, I was too young for that.
Like
shit,
Janet just wasn't enough for you.
Nah, all my crushes was in the building. I saw Maya. Oh God,
Maya didn't.
I love Maya. I saw Maya.
Maya looking like Maya.
I saw Kerry Washington. I saw Tara. I saw all of my childhood crushes. Ashanti.
Ashanti was in the
I
building.
was like,
she performed.
Damn, he can't just.
Oh my God,
my fault.
No, but it was kind of dope to kind of see Kai, and we saw a clip of, I guess, Kai hitting the parking lot. You know how it be, trying to get out of the spot real quick.
Nah, he's heading to
another spot,
to the
right?
show.
Headed to the show, actually, right? He caught Wale.
Mm-hmm.
Wale walking over with his Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And, you know, Wale like, yo, Kai, what up? Kai, because he's a great guy, says, hey, what's up, man? Gets into the car. The stream is telling Kai Cenat that, yo, you know that was Wale. Do you know Wale called him Wally?
You mean Kai called him?
I'm so sorry. Do y'all know? See, that's how fucked up I am. Because I couldn't believe that Kai. Because I'm thinking, like, you know what? Maybe he saw Wale was trying to keep it short, trying to keep it cordial, real quick. Then when he got into the car and his chat had to alert him, is actually the reason why I'm not allowing for his age to be the reason for him not to know Wale. That's the hill I'm dying on today.
Nah, see, just because he's him. I got the cape on today for Kai.
Okay.
Just because Kai is him, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's now entrusted to know everybody.
That's true.
And when I think Kai was probably like 10 or 11 when Wale came out.
How old do you think the demo of his chat is here?
Various age ranges. That's how they knew him.
Because Pierre
he would know. Yeah,
is a part of like the streaming
Mafia.
world.
Same.
Yeah.
I be tapped into.
So I think it ranges from 12 maybe to like, Pierre's age.
Not even me, but
Probably
on the
older.
stream, everybody, Tank was saying he watches it. Everybody of every age watches it.
Well, I think some people come across as clips, and then there's people who watch. I don't think Tank is sitting at home.
That's a fair point.
Watching Kai any stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're familiar with him. They understand what it is that he does. But I think that his actual demographic of people who's like, yo, I'm going to make sure I tune into Kai Cenat no matter what I'm doing. If I got some downtime, I'm going to make sure I watch it. I think it ranges from maybe even younger than 12, maybe even 10.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe from 10 years old
I agree.
to 40, 45 even, because I know some OGs who's really just into that world.
And man, again, Kai's not dumb. He's smart. He knows people. It's just there aren't those people. Like he didn't realize the Brat was the Brat.
See, I don't expect for him to know the Brat,
like,
though. I don't expect for him to know the Brat. The Brat was the 90s.
And we've seen on Streamer University, all of the streamers that were there, he knew them by name without having to look
all
down
of
on
the
a piece of paper. The stream at Streamers University.
All of the who?
The streamers.
The demographic of the streamers. But even forget that, but just the ability to know people.
Yeah.
Based off of whatever,
So,
the amount of people he knows. But he's not supposed to know everybody. Some people fall through the cracks.
He's supposed to know Wale.
That's the hell I'm dying on. I think he should know Wale, right? We spoke about what we did as kids and how we kept up with artists that were older than us, right? When we got nostalgic visions of 106 and Park, VH1, all of that stuff. I remember being a kid and still knowing prominent artists, right? Let's do his age now, right? Because I don't want to come off as ignorant. Mm-hmm. I also don't think that Kai Cenat ever coined himself to be a music savant.
Nah.
I want to be clear.
You see why I always say that every week, and you get mad at me when I be like,
I never said Kai Cenat was a music savant.
No, I said when I say that about myself, and you be like, nah, don't say that, bro. And I be like, nah, I don't know shit about shit.
But you do.
And you get mad, but I say I don't. Because if I do this one day, I'm going to be like, nigga, I told you, I don't know shit.
When it comes to the new people, you're right, SaVon. You don't know shit. Right? You don't know shit, nigga.
Don't know shit.
You don't know Destroy Lonely. You don't know Until Japan. Like, it could get bad. Right?
It could get
but you know what you know because you were there.
Yes.
Kai Cenat is 23 years old. 10 years ago, we can say was probably Wale's peak.
Yeah.
We're in 2025 right now, 2015, 2016. I'm pretty sure he knew who Meek Mill was.
Yeah. More prominent.
Right.
Yeah.
And granted, I know Kai's from the Bronx, so maybe the music that Meek Mill was making was probably, he probably
close geographically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He probably shifted to that music a bit more. But what happened?
That's just no excuse. But I hear what you're
saying.
There's
no excuse. Right? There's literally he's 23 years old. 10 years ago, he should have known who Wale was. I'm not even about to say.
No, he shouldn't have.
Lotus Flower Bomb.
He shouldn't have known who he was.
No, at 10 years ago.
Now, 10 years ago,
10 years ago, he's 13.
Yeah.
As a 13-year-old, think about the artists you knew at 13.
Not necessarily. I got his top 15 rappers.
Oh, let's hear it. Oh, I need to hear this.
From Kai. From 14 down. Let's go.
A Boogie's one, I know.
A Boogie's number 1.
I know.
So it's A Boogie. I'll do 1 through 10.
Okay.
A Boogie, Drake, Lil Uzi, Gunna, Lil TJ, Yachty, Lil Baby, Playboi Carti, 21 Savage, and 10 Dirt.
That's his
Wale rapper. Yeah, that's his top 10 rappers. Wale. It's okay for Wale not to be there.
It's okay for him not to be there, but to not know who Wale is not okay.
Like, have no idea.
No clue.
To have no clue when you were probably familiar with Rick Ross, Meek Mill, MMG, that conglomerate. Again, back to you being 13 years old. I remember being 13. I like music a lot, so maybe I'm a little bit different. But there were artists that I was familiar with. Okay. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, okay, I remember they had this one song. And now that I'm older, I can actually take the time to appreciate it. I'm not saying that he has to do that. And salute to the fact that he actually does bring artists and rappers on. The legacy acts, I love all of that. I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm some hater. But you should at least have some inkling of who Wale is. I ain't about to say anything.
I came across a tweet, and it's a pretty long tweet. But this person has a really strong stance on this whole Kai Cenat situation.
Oh, damn.
And they say Kai Cenat is not like us.
All right, see, that's much.
No, please read.
Yeah, let me hear this. That's a bit much for me.
See, Kai Cenat is not like us. Kendrick shouldn't have dapped him up either because he's been disrespectful to Black American culture, although he benefits from it in his cosplaying as a Black American. He don't know who Wale is because he's not a Black American truly. He's first generation. He was 11 when Wale was putting it down with MMG. But as a Black immigrant child, his immigrant parents more than likely did not even listen to rap music or even allow him to listen to it. See, we grow up in it as Black Americans. Black children of immigrants learn Black American rap culture by way of TV and social media, radio, when they turn about 14 and start creating their own identity as a Black American. You have to remember, Biggie's mom knew nothing about Black American rap culture that he fell in love with. But Biggie was studied on the culture. Kai Cenat is 23. He probably only really been listening to rap for 8 years, and his parents probably hate rap. Now, again, I said this is a really strong stance.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it actually echoes somewhat of what I was saying a bit
earlier. I know what you meant.
You get what I'm saying? A little bit earlier.
I can speak from it, right?
Yeah.
Again, I was born in Haiti. Growing up, my parents we didn't have rap in the house or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, like, that really doesn't matter. It's really dependent on, at some point, rap becomes appealing to anyone of any age, of any demographic, no matter where you're from or where your parents from. Right? But I still think, again, we do this weird thing where we thrust responsibility on the people who, are the newer stars or the people who have somehow jettisoned to mainstream media. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Like,
well, let me grant him a little grace. Maybe he doesn't know what Wale looks like. Because again, back to my point of you being a 13-year-old 10 years ago, you would have heard any one of those songs that Wale got so big off of. It's impossible. I'm telling you. Maybe you didn't know that's who Meek Mill was around all the time or Rick Ross was around, but you had to have known certain. I'll say this: if Kai Cenat was 16 right now, and 10 years ago he was 6, I have no conversation.
What was Wale's last hit?
Like hit?
His last hit.
Shit.
Exactly.
I don't know LaToya Luckett's last hit, but I know LaToya Luckett.
I'm asking that for a reason.
But that proves my point. His last hit was when he was coming up.
2018.
Which one?
On Chill. When we went to DC. On Chill, I just came out.
On Chill
with Jeremiah. That was a hit.
Yeah, that was a hit.
On Chill was a hit. And that was maybe 2018, 2019.
And I know Kai Cenat know who Jeremiah is.
But peep though, right? If you're not front facing like that and so often, Kai didn't start buzzing on YouTube. He didn't start streaming until 2020.
Well,
so like, if you're not always constantly in my face, as an artist,
he from the Bronx, yo.
So what?
Nah, nigga, it's not so what from the Bronx.
Okay,
and he speaks about the side of the Bronx that he come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It get a little gritty. There's no way you didn't hear any sort of Wale over there. And I'm not saying that Wale's music is gritty. I'm sorry, SaVon.
No, let me go.
No, I'm good. Yeah,
let me go to Pierre's point, because I think you made a really good case and a good argument. And again, we are all brothers in this room. I know we're going to have a layered conversation.
Yeah.
I want anybody to listen. Like, we're not divisive.
No,
These are my brothers. It doesn't matter what
facts.
fucking cultures we come from. Like, this is just what it is. But specifically to this conversation, Pierre, I'm going to talk to you because there is a cardinal sin that you commit every time you say something that everybody looks at you crazy at.
Talk to me.
And
let's do it.
The reason that everybody has such a visceral reaction to it is because growing up, it is almost universally accepted.
I know where you're going with this.
That Michael Jackson
get him,
is the one.
Okay.
Right? Not saying you necessarily have to be the biggest MJ fan or whatever, but there's a certain reverence and respect and just, appreciation for who Michael Jackson is from the time he was a kid with the Jackson 5s to the time that he passed away.
So,
right? The reason I bring that example up,
let me know when it's my turn,
is because that is a small nuance of that ideology of being a Black American.
Okay.
Right? That is our guy. In our, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is the guy.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't mean you have to like Michael Jackson, but you don't necessarily, in the conversations we've had, you don't understand why. You said that.
Damn.
You've literally said, I don't understand.
What the fuck kind of laugh was that?
Why
I got something for him.
this Michael Jackson guy, he's not this, because you don't even get it. And it's a cultural disconnect, in my opinion, throughout this conversation.
So let me tell you something, right? If you want to listen to me, Michael Jackson was also heard in Haiti too.
Of course.
World renowned.
Absolutely.
Of course.
My parents played Michael Jackson in the house.
Of course.
Yeah. So you were familiar with it.
And I could respect it. At the same time, listen, I don't give a fuck.
See.
He just was never appealing to me. And I think for someone who listens to music every now and then, or however, to whatever capacity, everything, I've said it here before, isn't for everyone. I respect Michael. I could respect everything that he's put out, everything that he's ever penned. Yeah.
Because we've turned Michael Jackson on before, and you like, yo, turn that shit off.
Listen,
I remember playing Dirty Diana.
It's good. It's just I wouldn't necessarily go to it on the ride. Like, it's okay. One of my favorite. Well, I've said it here. I like Tory,
but see,
the album that Tory dropped that sounded like the '80s Michael Jackson. I hated that album. So it's not just specifically Tory. The sound. I get it, but I don't get it. Is what I'm saying.
See, it kind of just proves to my point, though, right?
Alone at the Prom was the
reference to that.
Yeah.
That you kind of proved my point just a little bit. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's really how I feel, right? You were still familiar with what it was, right? So maybe I want to grant Kai some grace right now. Maybe he didn't know what he was familiar with because he couldn't put a face to Wale's name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And when you look at the clip,
no way.
When you look at the clip,
there's no way.
There's so much going on.
Yes.
He's going to the car to go whatever. I could see how that could be easily missed. Like, oh shoot, I didn't even see or notice that was Wale.
There was a clip attached to that long tweet that I just read. So I'm gonna play this clip just for context to see what the picture that this guy is trying to paint. The person who tweeted it is Music and Builds. That's his name. I don't know who he is. I swear, I paid the bill.
You're American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that? See you in 30.
Hold up.
Yeah, that phone, you got to start paying on time. That's the thing about them phones.
Nah, I think my server's still in DR. Hold up.
Yeah.
You're American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that? See you in 30. That wasn't an insult. That was strictly, you're Black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African.
Yo, Kai,
You're not.
Chill.
Word. You're not Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban.
Okay. What about now? I know that was kind of out of context, but do you know what that was from? Or that was just a random clip?
I'm strictly just playing the clip that was attached to the tweet that I read.
Yeah, I need to
got you.
That's it. So I have no idea what the context is, but it just goes to that point of, again, us just identifying with different cultures and being some type of disconnect there. I do think it's unacceptable for him to not know who Wale is at the end of the day. And one thing I hate about the whole Wale conversation that we've been having is people keep attaching him because he was a part of MMG. Like, he should know him. And Alex, you did it. And not saying like this is towards you, but just the general conversation is, oh, he was in MMG. So no, Wale stands on his own.
No, right? he does, but we cannot. We have to talk about the incorporation of MMG in both Meek and Wale's career.
I don't feel we do that as much with Meek as we do with Wale.
I don't think we say it as much, but I think it applies for the both of them. I don't even think their careers are the same way.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's why we do it.
It's just like, it's always at the forefront whenever we talk about Wale.
Got you.
And for somebody who's a Wale fan, it's like, that's at the back of my mind when I hear Wale.
Like, we remember the Lady Gaga joint. And mixtape about nothing. Like, I come from that Wale school. Right?
And everything after MMG is what I connect to too. Like, MMG, it was a moment. It gave him some momentum when he needed it. You know, like that was a real time period.
His best works came out underneath MMG.
Yes.
You see, and that's probably why.
So let me see.
All of them. Ambition. What was the one after Ambition?
We agree. Meek is definitely the better artist.
No, I don't agree.
I don't. It depends on what you're talking about.
Agree.
Yeah, I think Wale is more of a songwriter and poet.
I do not agree at all.
I can't.
That's the same thing.
He said we all agree. Hey, hold up, nigga. No, we don't.
We speak French now. Huh?
Word.
Nah,
absolutely not.
I think Meek had more commercial. No, I can't even say more commercial success. Wale has some hits, but the hood ingratiated Meek. I think that's what's different.
I think it's just different styles.
Different. Yeah, facts.
Styles make fights.
Wale's a poet.
Wale is, you said artist? I think he's a better artist. I think he's a better rapper.
Than Meek?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, he sounds shocked.
Wow.
Really? Absolutely. Why do you feel this way? You don't know about Wale Penn, huh?
You're not familiar.
If anything,
a little bit.
I think
not like entirely, but
I think Wale's pen is just a bit more broad, right? Meek speaks from struggle, trauma, passion, experience, right? Wale speaks from that as well, and everything else. The love, his depression, what he goes through.
I'm rooting for everything that's black.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's just his pen goes other places.
Wale is going to be appreciated when he's no longer here, unfortunately. And I don't want to say that. Like, I don't put that, I don't wish that on him, but he's just one of those artists. He has one of those personalities that rub people the wrong way. And so he's not necessarily embraced. He also came in a time period when he's fighting the big three. He's with the Meek Mills, the Big Sean's. Like, he came at, and I can't say at a bad time because his career is fucking amazing. There's rappers who would die to have a career like a Wale. But I just think his talent, right? The hits, his skill set warrants him to be in a bigger light. In my opinion, it's almost like when we talk about the West Coast and the Game. In my opinion, Game should be at the top of every conversation when it comes to West Coast rappers. Yeah, we shouldn't get past 6 or 7 and not mention the Game. But we've seen the list over the last few weeks, and Game has been outside of the top 10.
Yeah,
right. And that's just in LA. And now in the grand scheme of hip hop and rap, I think Game should be at least top 25.
And again, as a Wale fan, because we're talking about Wale, but a parallel to what you're saying, I've been the fan to tell my dog to shut the fuck up. I'm like, Wale, please, bro, please stop talking, bro. And he did. Like, he did. Hold on. I was like, Wale, please stop talking. You're so talented.
That's why Kai didn't recognize him.
Stop. Watch your mouth. It's a verse coming for you. I used to be like, Wale, you're so talented. People are getting distracted by your antics and how you like to reply to things. And now I get it. Now I get it. Now I see why he is so jaded. Kai Cenat probably knows the bulk of his peers. And he know him. That would jade me a little bit. I'm not even about to lie. And again, no, Kai Cenat shouldn't be forced to know who Wale is. I'm just speaking from the perspective of the Wale.
Was it
right? Like, people will tell you how gifted you are, how many hits you created, how they meant so much to you at a point in their life. And then the new generation, who are the stars of the new generation, can identify with you. That would jade the fuck out of me, bro.
Damn, Kai Cenat knew me before he knew Wale. Ain't that some shit? Hold up, nigga.
Congrats. You're on the board. You're on the board.
Ain't that some shit? Wow.
That's some shit.
You think Wale was whack for approaching him at the awards when he was sitting next to Snoop?
I was back telling Wale to hush. It's like, Wale, what are you doing?
He probably didn't know the mic was there too.
And to what SaVon was saying earlier, he actually took the time to get away from the industry, get away from social media. This is him coming back, trying to put out some new music. He just put out a new single called Blanco. Mm-hmm. He's trying to come back, be more confident with himself while not trying to be the old version of himself. Mm-hmm. And a week into him being outside, what you niggas is doing?
A week.
God dang, bro. He just did an interview with Joe. Like, he finally starting to come back outside. And now I get it. I can understand
that as an artist. Ago.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for what he's doing now, this is good press. Every press.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people will flock to.
I know who he is now.
Yes and no. Because I don't think it's good necessarily for his mental.
Yeah, yo.
And he's somebody who's been very big on mental health and his struggles with anxiety. Like, for him to even be at the BET Awards or even in the proximity of the BET Awards, I was surprised. I was shocked. Because we just know how or what he presents. We know what he presents. And he presents to be an introvert, somebody who kind of stays to himself, doesn't really do the industry like that. And for that to happen, like you said, he's been away for so long. Like, I remember, like, yo, where's Wale at? On my timeline, on Twitter. Like, yo, I haven't seen, because he was an active tweeter. He was extremely active in sports, even in sports. Like, I just didn't see him for a while. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that this shit happened to him.
You know what? It is so ironic that both him and Kevin Durant are from the same city. They do not play about their name.
No.
Them DC folk gonna clap back at you.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, no, it's something in the water out there.
I get the same vibes from the two of them.
Yeah.
Where, like, if I feel slighted, I'm gonna say something.
There's a lot of
especially on social media.
Who else is from DC? Dave Chappelle from DC?
No, Ohio.
Ohio?
Yeah.
He's from Ohio?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think he lives out there.
No, he's from Ohio.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's like from there. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Sonoma.
Martin. Is it Martin Lawrence? One of these guys is from DC. DC got a lot of talent.
Wait. Chappelle is from DC.
He is?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
SaVon's
right.
Place of birth. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shit. He lives in Ohio.
But yeah, it's good to see Wale out. I can't wait to hear some new music. It just reminded me of how fragile just people can be. And he seems to be, one of those.
In a better place right now.
He does.
He did.
And it sucks that this happened. I don't, going back to your question, I don't think it was bad for him to approach Kai. I think it made, because I'm trying to think if I was in that situation, right?
Oh, we know what you're doing.
What would I do? Because I don't even know what I would do. So you tell me what I would do.
It depends on what day it is.
Around a lot of people, he might not.
That's what I'm saying. I said it depends on what day it is.
Because I don't think Kai did that in a disrespectful way.
He did.
So when I watched the tape back, I probably wouldn't have been said anything. Had I felt he purposely slighted me, now we got to talk.
But I ain't going to lie, man. Wale, you my dog, bro. Kai Cenat sitting down talking to Snoop.
Fact, pressed him crazy.
Like, he talking to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, now it's my time.
You go over here in his ear like, hey, yo, Playboy, they got me looking crazy over what you just said. Like, yo, chill, leave this little boy alone.
He might have gotten mad at the Wale part.
I don't blame him.
Because as an artist,
Wale is crazy.
As an artist that's kind of that's decorated, self-proclaimed decorated as Wale is.
Yeah.
I could see how Wale was like, yo, everybody's supposed to know me. And if somebody doesn't, to Kai's stature, I could see how that could probably rub him the wrong way.
This actually makes sense.
What part?
It actually makes sense.
What part?
Did he do it?
What?
Did he have him flipped up?
Did he do it?
Did he?
Because if this the energy Wale is on, this Diddy might have
over the balcony.
I don't know, bro.
Hanging him over the balcony vibes.
Maybe he had Diddy over the balcony.
No, he didn't. Nobody had Diddy over the balcony.
I mean,
except the Punisher.
And Glizzy said he saw the shoes. He saw the same shoes. Wow! I just caught what you're saying.
Wow.
Okay, that's the only person that had niggas over the balcony.
You on the board, man? Wow.
Nah, man, pray for our dog Wale. I'm excited for new music. I hope this doesn't take from the steam of motivation that he has to put out new music.
He got to ride it now.
It's Pride Month.
He got to what?
He got to ride it now. He got to ride the wave. Like,
Pride Month.
His name's in the media now. You got to ride it.
No, it's Pride Month. It's Pride Month.
Don't ever tell me another man got to.
It's Pride Month. We let it ride.
Oh, gotta let it ride.
Yeah, it's Pride Month. We
gotta let it ride after that and this month.
Yup.
For sure.
All the way too.
Right off the Diddy juice. Gotta let it.
Episode title.
Shout out to Kai, man. Anything else from the BET Awards that y'all want to discuss? I will say, selfishly, I was hurt and I was upset and I was disappointed. I did not see my guy Neo in the building, but that's another day for another. I ain't see Chris Brown, but I know he's overseas.
Yeah,
I didn't expect to see Beyonce. I know she's touring.
Yeah.
Who else was I upset that I did not see? Oh, B2K was there. Nelly, didn't see Nelly.
Yeah,
kind of upset that Nelly wasn't there. Ciara, she was supposed to be on stage with Bow. I love when
that ain't happening.
She was on a red carpet.
There's a nigga called Russell Wilson. Okay.
Shout out to the Giants.
It's a nigga
or not.
It's a half. He a halfy.
Okay.
He ain't full nigga.
My fault.
Yo, bro.
There's a half called Russell Wilson. Okay. All right. That is not permitting that. You hear me? Yeah. Way too close. Oh, damn. Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor's actually putting out some new music, and she performed her new song. Mm-hmm. You know, she's always performative, to say the least.
She's synonymous with BET too.
Yeah, absolutely. That was good to see.
What about some of the awards?
Okay.
What do you guys think of somebody like Best Artist of the Year?
I think Kendrick won Album of the Year for GNX.
Yep.
Surprise there. Right? Shocker. And he was in attendance, of course, to
well deserved.
Yeah, definitely well deserved.
SZA got Best Female R&B.
Ooh.
I love that work-wife, work-husband relationship. Because I genuinely don't think like it's anything beyond, yo, this is just my dog and we are just great at what we do. And every time I see you on stage, I'm going to cheer for you and vice versa. And we just go pop out and do what we do. And we're just better than everybody right now. Yeah. I love the work-husband work. Like
they're doing it properly.
Yes.
Without fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
That's what I was, yeah. That's what
no, because a lot of them got the, my fault, I'm sorry. A lot of them got the, husband work force. Y'all got it fucked up. That's all I'm saying. Y'all fucking each other.
Do you claim your work wife?
At work.
Does she claim you?
At work.
Okay. But do y'all know y'all each other's work wife and work husband?
At work.
You got a work wife?
No. Corporate building. We don't play that.
Yeah.
We do not play that. You gotta go over to HR, telling niggas you was dating.
SZA and Kendrick also won Best Collaboration.
Shocker there. Yeah. Salute to that. I think Leon Thomas. Oh my God, Leon Thomas' performance.
His performance was elite.
But yeah, the BET Awards was amazing. I was absolutely surprised by how good it was. I went into it with just zero expectations. That's why I'm so surprised and shocked.
Speaking of Leon Thomas, he also won Best New Artist.
Yes, that's what he won. Yeah, he killed that shit.
Fire. Yeah, I think. Oh man,
what happened? Come back. We lost you.
Nah, you did, bro.
What you?
Because the one thing I watched Maya performance. Like 19 times.
Why did?
Because I, bro,
he was in disbelief.
You've seen her.
You still got DVO?
And then
niggas still got DVO. And they're paying for cable. Don't worry, me too.
I appreciated what she brought to the stage.
She brought a lot, didn't she?
I appreciate.
Don't forget though, you forgot?
What I forget?
She married herself.
Asexual, right?
Yeah. Remember we spoke about that how many years ago?
Oh yeah, that's me.
What?
Whatever she need me to do.
No. That's not how it works.
No?
That's not how it works. No, that's not how asexuality actually works.
Whatever she need me to be.
There's no incorporation of you actually.
That's not?
Facts.
No.
Zero.
I don't believe
it's just her.
You don't take care of her. You don't exist in the relationship.
No. She takes care of her.
Yo, did you watch the Call Her Daddy docuseries?
No, now you got to put me on. Where can I watch it?
Hulu.
I'm going to do it tonight.
It's on Hulu.
This is with them beefing, right?
No, it's not. They actually, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't watched the whole thing yet.
Okay.
It's two parts. Okay. But I do plan on watching it, and I only brought it up because obviously we're a podcast, independent podcast. She's at the top of the food chain is Joe Rogan and Alex Cooper, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
No disrespect to my guy Joe Budden, but they're just in a different space, different world. You know, white folks, dog. Niggas got it. I respect it. And she's really good too. And to be like, she's really great at what it is that she does. But I actually just brought this documentary up because it kind of goes into the revelation I had on my vacation.
Okay.
Where I connected her and Kai Cenat, the streaming world, the podcast world, just how everything is changing every single week.
Rapidly.
And you know, it's just from the preview, I was like, I need to tap in. And then anybody who has a podcast probably should tap in. anybody who has inspirations, aspirations to do anything independently should probably tap in, because her story is more relatable than not.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, most people just see rich white girl.
Exactly.
It's not that?
It is that. A little bit of that, but that's not the overall theme of it.
Got you.
She's really good at what it is that she does, and with streaming and streamers. And I was listening to another podcast or something, and they were saying how a streamer's audience doesn't necessarily translate beyond the device that they're watching you on. Right. So if you're a fan of whatever your favorite streamer is, you'll probably watch their streams until you go to sleep, until the day you die, and as long as they stream. But, you know, if they're necessarily...
cable.
It is.
That's crazy.
It is.
Twitch is literally just a TV guide. And people's channels are...
That's what YouTube is too.
Yeah, I know, but this feels different.
And too...
Because you want not to cut you off. You want to know why it feels different? Because, like I said, I do dabble into the streaming shit. SaVon, I don't want you to forget your point. But when I go on Twitch... it literally feels like I'm entering a different world every single time I click on somebody's stream. Like National Geographic, CNN, ABC. That's what it feels like on Twitch. So it's, I get it now. I get why they only know Kai Cenat.
Yeah. And it goes back to just my whole theme of like lean into who you are, right? Like, because at some point, and Alex, you can speak freely. I feel like we've had small tidbit conversations about this.
Yeah.
But as podcasters and, you know, more traditional broadcasts compared to streaming and live streaming and those things, I feel there is a pressure to create more, right? But there's also a part of me that doesn't want to compromise or sacrifice who I am as a person. I think when you turn on a stream, when you become a streamer, one, it's live.
Yeah.
Okay? It's live. It's no, like, that's just what it is. You know, there's no cuts, there's no takes, there's none of that. It's you, it's a camera, and you have to just be you, where I think there's a certain protective shield that we have as podcasters or just broadcasters in general, where we can turn it off and turn it on when we have to, right? Like, I don't necessarily have to be. That's why when people meet us in person, I think they expect something different. I think they expect podcast me.
Oh.
I think they expect like me to say some wild shit, some stupid shit. Like, there's an expectation of, oh shit, but I listened to your pod. What's up?
But you're saying there's a version to you on the podcast though.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think when these cameras on, for me, there's a performative aspect to it, right? Like,
it's entertainment.
Now, granted, everything I say, I do believe for the most part.
Oh, we know.
Like, I say it, I mean that shit.
No, we know.
All right, I don't just get on here and lie.
Yeah, you do.
Sometimes.
My lies
that was a lie right there.
Yeah.
You just can't help it.
I call myself the eagle. You thought I was lying. That's not a lie.
Because I would never vouched.
Yeah, I would never call you an eagle.
I'm the eagle.
You got it.
I said I was allergic to fruit. You said I lied.
Yeah, I did.
I called somebody and verified I'm allergic to fruit.
Who the fuck is allergic to fruit?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel bad for you.
How do you get your nutrients?
Because now you just got to eat mad vegetables.
Yeah.
You can't have nothing sweet.
And the same shit Lil Wayne eat. But so... when I say the whole streamer thing versus the podcast shit, bro,
the way he inserted that in there so flawlessly is why he's good at what
you gotta, you know, like I feel that pressure of the landscape shifting.
Really?
And so this documentary actually just gave me hope as a podcaster that we don't have to conform, right? Two things can exist.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we can lean into that. And because she's not a Joe Rogan. And when I say not a Joe Rogan, like, I know Joe Rogan from Fear Factor. That's when I was introduced to Joe Rogan.
That's the nigga I know.
Yeah.
Right?
I couldn't believe he started podcasting.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
I know him from Dragon Nuts. Like, I don't know.
Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Yeah, man. I know him for ill back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know him for tortoise stomach. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know him for podcast. That's why I couldn't believe it.
But we had an entry point to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And then UFC. And then it was the podcast for a lot of us. Now, he's been doing it for a long time, but I'm just saying, like, there's been other avenues where we had an introduction to who he is, and it kind of makes sense as to why he's the biggest in the world, right? It lends to that.
Now I really want to watch this documentary, because what I was going to say is two things can live in the same world, right? The reason why I see it that way is I think there are different types of fans for everything, and there's a reason why that is, right? Like, there are people who primarily only want to get programmed music from radio, right? Like, I know adults who don't own Spotify, who don't own Apple Music or Tidal, etc., right? So there's going to be a demo that naturally just gravitates to what they're given. I think there's a specific demo, maybe they're older, who enjoys cable. And they're not leaving. Ask my mother or my aunt.
My dad too.
Okay? Yeah. They're Caribbean. They come from that. Yeah. It's CNN and MSNBC from morning to night. Okay, and I get that. Same applies for podcasts and streaming, right? There are some people who need this for their commute, as opposed to, yo, I have to wait for so-and-so to stream at 8 p.m. and be up all night. No, there's some motherfuckers that are like, yo, I need this for my job today. And then by tomorrow, I need something else, right? So I just think there are different fans for everything. But it does make me curious. I was telling Pierre the other day, I want to start streaming in real life. IRL, they call
IRL.
it. Yeah, I definitely want to.
Really? That's the thing?
Yeah, they call it IRL. Yeah, you are old.
There's a cellular pack that...
Yeah, nigga, you are ancient.
Wait, you've never heard of IRL?
TRL.
This nigga is showing his age. Yo. Nah, you old.
Bro, I like what I like.
Nah, but see, when I tell you that you like what you like when it comes to music, you over here talking about some, you trying to call your music. Nah, you like what you like.
I like what I like.
I know.
But I ain't never heard no IRL.
Never heard IRL? That's the
I got
abbreviation.
I've been struggling, y'all.
To keep up?
I've been...
Talk to us. What's up?
Hold up.
Yeah, that was wild.
Wait, no, that's the truth. You just said it.
Yeah, you did.
I've and I think this is why that documentary, I'm so interested in finishing it.
Yeah.
Is because there's evolution to everything and there's evolution to people. And obviously we've been going through changes here on the pod and even in real life, individually, right? Like, I know, Alex, you had a year, had a year, like
you had a year.
It's all been that. And
Frankie had a year.
Frankie been through it. You done seen some things, dog.
Frankie,
shout out to I was about to say to the boy, but I don't know. Shut up, Frank. But I've kind of just been struggling on,
keeping up,
identifying what it is I want to be.
Oh, wow.
And not as a man or personally or anything like that. It's more so in this landscape of content, right? And all of the things is like, all right, do we do more? How do we do more? Is more good or is more less, right? Like, maybe, again, just coming from the old guard, I just saw a quote from Denzel Washington not too long ago. He told Michael B. Jordan, yo, why would they pay to go see you in the movies if you're on social media every day? Less is more.
Exactly.
Right? We see the Beyoncés, we see all of these people. So I'm in a space because also podcasting is so new. Who is the podcaster that's successful that you see less of?
Exactly. And with that is also the algorithm. And algorithm, we know, grows the more you feed it.
And that's the other thing, right? So there's so many different battles that we're fighting when doing this content thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've been kind of struggling on, all right, what is the path? How do Alex and I stay aligned? How do I not stray too far away from what it is that's gotten us here, right? Going back to the little leaning in to what it is that we've done, it's gotten us here. It's afforded us a fucking studio in Brooklyn, New York. Do y'all know the rent in the commercial space? Like,
don't look
do y'all know what it? You get what I'm saying? Like, we're doing great, we're doing fine. Yeah. But then there's also a part of me where it's like, oh, y'all talking about IRL and bitch, I'm a fairy. I don't know none of this shit. Y'all put me onto that shit in real time.
And then you started hearing it, right?
What is it? Like,
then you started hearing it in real life,
I'll be late because I'm really just living life.
I love that for you, though. But you know what I'll say to you as your brother, bro? You got to keep doing things that feel natural to you.
For sure.
Right? And then... Okay,
what's after that?
I was about to say,
because you're not doing that for weeks on end.
You got mad edits. I'm sorry,
I wasn't going to say all of that, but I know you're a writer. Yeah. I know you enjoy Marvel films. Yeah. I know you enjoy Game of Thrones.
No, that's your bag. Like he goes into another realm in his mind when he talks about Marvel. That's why I don't
be listening to SaVon. SaVon knows exactly the things that he loves. Yeah. You just gotta lean into it. You feel me? Like with me right now, we being open. This is great. I felt the same way too over the last few years, right? Like a lot of people don't even know I make beats. I do that on purpose, right? Because the first few years I really wanted to learn what I was doing and get to a point and a sound that I wanted to get at, right? Mm-hmm. By the time you're hearing this next week, I got a joint coming out on the radar.
Wow.
Wow. Shout out to that. Can we clap it up for my guy? You know what I'm saying? That's on the clap. What the fuck you mean?
But see, again, you're right.
Why you wouldn't want people on the journey with you guys to what you wanted to?
Not personally. No, not at all. I guess I can speak for myself. I don't know if that's me being an only child or not. Right? I really do like to be a student to things.
Okay.
Right.
Initially.
And I like to do and I like to do it internally.
Okay.
A lot. Most people don't even know I'm up to it. Like the other day, you didn't know I was golfing.
Yeah. He said he said he was golfing. I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah, he asked me if I believed if you golf. What do you think I said?
You said yeah. You're a sick man.
If Pierre. I don't see you do it,
you're a sick motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. Don't worry. We're gonna get pictures for you. But as the podcast is growing, as we're maturing, I'm leaning into the things that feel natural to me, right? And it's like, all right, cool. I got to incorporate all of the things that I love and know how to do and just make sure that I'm holding myself accountable. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you the same thing, bro. Just keep leaning into the things that, because I think if you look at the space, everybody is only done what they're good at.
Yeah, for sure.
Joe is always good at music. Yeah. Of course, he had a great music podcast, right? Joe Rogan, he's always been random as fuck. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that his podcast is random as fuck.
Eclectic,
right? Yeah. So just people, $1 million worth of game. They're give you game, authentic, give you game. Just leaning into the Wallow every single day. He up on his Instagram. Yeah. Get up. You ain't shit. You can do better than that. Yeah. Wallow just leaning into the things that he's good at, right? Yeah. And I think that's what we got to do as creators.
Yeah, I would stress the authenticity too, because you find your niche in being authentic. And, let's say you choose to do something that you don't really feel as passionate about. In the long term, in the long run, at some point, that's going to get tiring, and you're not going to feel like giving your best self. And the learning curve with that too is a lot easier, and it won't feel like work for you the more you do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel that.
I agree.
Like I'm not going to say I'm delaying, but I've thought about how does this podcast, or how does my life just change in general if I ever decided to start a family?
Oh, you got to make sure what you love is still what you love, right? So if you still love your family and you still love the podcast, that's what I do with life, right? I'm a fan of so many things. I have to find ways to incorporate them all, or I don't do them all. If the passion is not there, then the passion is not there. But if your passion is still there, naturally as people, we try to find a way to make it work.
Make allowance for certain things.
But the passion got to be there. If the passion is not there, then it doesn't even matter.
Like me, I love being not only athletic, but also competitive. I love being competitive.
Don't get Kieran. He always wants to talk about
hey, I'm talking here. Shout out to Pluto Golf, right?
It was crazy.
Anything that you could find yourself being, what's the word? Being, I just said it.
Hands-on?
Not hands-on, but being competitive.
Got you.
You'll always find a niche like podcasting, competitive in podcasting because there's so many different podcasts. Right. And sometimes you'll just create things for yourself to be whatever you want to be in that space. So
it's funny. So I tweeted and y'all actually threw it in the group chat.
Not me.
I threw it in the group chat.
There we go.
I mean, whatever. it was in the group chat. It was seen in the group chat.
Yep.
And I tweeted the respect that I had for a particular content creator's work. And I knew what I was doing when I tweeted it because I was watching a video of his and I'm like, the not necessarily the content. The content is what it's going to be. People, you got to get clicks and, I don't agree with half of the things that's being said on that particular channel. But the work that goes into what it is that he is doing, it's hard for me as somebody who creates. It's hard for me as somebody who wants to get to a certain level of, creating films, documentaries, writing scripts, and all of those things. It's hard for me to see his work and not acknowledge and respect like all that goes into just creating that one video.
Nah, you could do that. You just gotta keep it to yourself. Like you can acknowledge it in your brain all day. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I'll be walking in the city. Oh my God, that was a great pair of shoes. Like his breast thing. Like sometimes you just gotta keep it to yourself.
You guys are like the perfect yin and yang.
That's my dog right here.
And that was all it was. It was like, I respect the work that's put in to create this product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
And you should.
And you can recognize it knowing the work that goes behind it and then seeing someone else do it.
Yeah.
Seemingly by themselves is very impressive.
And just to know with anything, any industry, everyone's workflow is different.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times we might try to define what's working harder versus not working at all. When in actuality, something that might look really hard, probably easy that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Some might look really easy, it's probably so difficult. So, you know, gauging it like that.
Well, nah, for sure. Yeah, it's again. I told y'all, I went away, man, and I really just went away.
Nah, I could
let
tell.
my brain go. You know, like
I could tell.
You got to reset. You got to recharge every once in a while, and I encourage people to do that.
Yo, I gotta say this. So you saying the thing about the learning curves and all that stuff, it reminds me of one of my favorite verses in the Bible. Okay, right?
Yup. Give me some.
I think it's in Matthew 11. Where Jesus is like, take my yoke upon you, let me teach you, because I'm humble in heart and gentle in spirit.
Now break down that yoke.
So back in those days, agriculture was the biggest moneymaker, right? And each oxen had a particular yoke. If you put
that's an ox, SaVon. That's an ox.
If you
know
put
how
one,
you eat oxtail,
facts. That's that with the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't want you to get confused.
I saw an ox in DR on the ATV.
I bet you did.
I almost killed that motherfucker. I was hungry. You damn right. That tail was thick. That oxtail was thick. Nigga, oh god damn.
The overseas tail.
Wait,
I don't know. That's my Jamaican nigga tail.
You wasn't in Jamaica.
Let's not derail the word. He bugging.
My fault.
So anyway,
let's go.
Like the Bible says,
ox. Come on.
If you put
bring it.
If you put the dang, you just messed up my train of
thought. Ox, no, every ox
if you
with
put
his yoke.
If you put the yoke that's designed for a specific oxen on another oxen, it'll hurt it. So each yoke is designed specifically for that oxen. What does that
specific
say?
To that
specific to that oxen, and to us, specific to us or that person. So like I was saying before, if you take something that you love doing, Alex don't care about Marvel as much as you do.
Yeah.
But if you design something, again, just as an example,
it's a great example.
If you came up with something that had to do with Marvel, for you, it would be a lot easier and much manageable. The things that you would put up with for that, Alex probably wouldn't.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
That's a great example. You know how all the time you're like, yo, I don't know how you fuck with that music shit.
Yeah.
Because it's true. It's just not naturally, to you. But yeah, man, a little bit of everything on the need to know. Yo, the Clipse is going on tour.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yo, they was in Soho House.
Yo, we missed it.
And I was
How you ain't get tickets?
You're
supposed to be my plug for anything Pusha T.
Bro, I could have been.
I should have hit you.
Yeah, you could have.
I didn't want to bother you. It was on vacay.
Yeah, I was so mad I couldn't be there, man.
Damn.
So mad.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that album.
Me too. The North Arrogance.
Hey, stay on that side. Don't be excited for nothing Clipse, Pusha T related. Stay on that side.
Only he could be
Just
excited.
stay on that side. Just stay on that side.
No, I fucking push. No, I fucking push.
Nah, because you was 2v1.
Yeah, I remember that. I was about to say there was a conversation where it was
There's multiple times you was going against the grain. So just stay on that side because this is going to be the best music you heard all year.
That's why context is so
important.
That's why context is so important for these conversations. I'm sure whatever conversation we had about Pusha T, I bigged him up and I gave him his respect. But I still probably told the truth about what I was telling the truth about. I love Pusha T.
He's still going in.
He good.
Whatever. Pusha T, no malice. I'm sold. I'm there. Yo, we were talking about the Carter earlier, right?
Yeah.
People were surprised that Drake wasn't on that project.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Not me. I would have stood the fuck away from Lil Wayne too if I was Drake with that bullshit.
And Nicki.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised, but a lot of people thought maybe,
Why weren't you surprised?
Well, people probably assumed that Drake was going to send shots at Pusha T and Kendrick because they got a song coming out together, right? I wasn't surprised because Lil Wayne is still underneath UMG and Republic. The Drake's two biggest ops right now.
Yeah.
I just don't see Drake granting a verse to anyone right now. If we go to some sexy songs for you, that was a Sony release, right? So it doesn't live anywhere underneath the UMG umbrella as to where they eat from it. That's when I knew that wasn't happening. I'm like, the fuck, Drake ain't giving you niggas nothing. If you are you ain't see what he made him do with Def Jam?
Yeah, I seen
Are you crazy? You niggas can't get nothing with UMG in your name.
No stimmy.
That's just what it is, right?
Wayne need to go hit Gilly up.
Yo, you funny as fuck.
Wayne needs to go tap into Gilly.
People really feel like Wayne took Gilly flow, huh?
And a lot more than the flow, allegedly.
Yeah, that's
a lot more than the flow.
That's what's alleged.
And to be honest, it's not unbelievable.
It is. Wayne said his favorite rapper, the reason why he started rapping was Missy Elliott. I'm serious.
You think she wrote all her bars?
No. I don't know. Let me not put that on that queen. She has songs.
We don't know. She's an artist. Like she's a creative. So I wouldn't be surprised if Missy didn't write all of her bars. I wouldn't be surprised. It's just like Will Smith, right? Like,
nah, Will was writing them shits.
No,
you could tell. You could tell.
He was not.
No, you could tell. That was fresh from his hands.
That was not.
Yes, it was.
Not since the 80s, bro.
The ink is still drying on that. I'm telling you.
I know that was from his batch.
No. Like, I think it's okay. We got to get to a point where it's okay for artists to just say, hey, man, I'm a rap artist. That's it. And I think Wayne, Kanye,
what that mean?
Drake, I don't write my rhymes. I write checks.
Oh.
Okay.
Like that, a lot of these people are.
And that's okay.
And it is
fire.
But you know what? That's okay because I heard Jazzy on the Joe Budden podcast.
You said
Jazzy.
Oh, Jazzy. Okay.
Yeah, Jazzy.
You know who that is?
She was on the Love album.
Right, sure.
Yes, I'm familiar with Jazzy.
So you know what's going on because you listen to the Puff Love album.
Yeah, no, I work for Joe Budden, so
gotcha.
I listen to Jazzy because of that.
Okay.
On that episode with Joe,
she
spoke to helping certain rappers. I was like, you was helping certain rappers? But then she made me realize, like, no, a lot of songwriters help rappers create a hook. They ain't gonna touch the verses, but sonically, we gonna improve your hook to kind of match whatever you did on the bars. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say people gotta want to take the help. It's okay. But
get in your bag, stay in your bag.
Look what's on your mind.
You said the Love album.
Look what's on your mind.
And I'm thinking about how
Act Bad too, right?
I was thinking about how she could have helped. That may be her bars.
Yo, what? Her what? What's that? Say again?
Bars.
Nah, she probably penned that, right?
Getting your
I guess I gotta move on.
That song. We can't even listen to that shit.
Yes, we can.
Play
we can listen to that?
Yes, we can.
I ain't playing that shit. Hold up, nigga.
You wanna know why we can play that?
Diddy juice.
No, this is different.
I ain't the nigga that be playing Diddy after sipping the Diddy concoction.
People that stop listening to R. Kelly, I get it. All right, I understand it. Because
you made it tell me.
I gotta confirm.
Hear me out. I know you're one of the few. It's fine. It's fine. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them songs, Step in the Name of Love, where it don't feel so nasty. You
could listen to R. Kelly. You could listen to anybody who's canceled as long as you're not on U.S. soil. Keep it going.
Oh, so he was getting it off in DR. Like all of the word.
Oh, this nigga made me forget I was fucking talking about.
Nah, because sometimes when the music hit, you can't. Your subconscious.
He's crazy. Wait, why did I bring up R. Kelly? What did I say before that?
Because I was talking about Jazzy and getting your back, staying back. Oh, you were explaining why can listen, why we could listen to Puff.
Oh yes. See, Puff was only saying about 4 words. Get in your bag. Let's go. Let's run. Let's go. I'm okay with that. That don't make me feel bad. I can listen to anything. If all you got is 4 words on the record, see, Kells and them niggas was penning everything.
Yeah.
They was singing it, back vocals.
Wow.
It was wild. I get it. That's a lot to take on. But Puff, when he just get in your bag, let's go, let's work. Yeah, daddy. That's what he be saying.
It's a word.
God damn.
That's what he be saying.
He caught you mid agreement.
So you gotta get him.
Yo.
Well, let me clear up the Kells thing. I was Usher. The other nigga singing was Kells. All right, so we did.
Same girl.
Yeah, I was Ush though. All right, I was Ush. Just know.
See,
I was Ush.
You got to be a certain age to even understand that joke. That's how I know we getting old.
Yo, Ush.
What up,
Cal?
See, it's hard not to do it.
He's sliding you
It's hard not to get it off when you on foreign soil.
Cause she's so fine, straight up, dog.
Stand about 5'4", Coca-Cola, red bone.
Damn. She drives a black Durango.
I was. License plate say it's an amazing time in DR.
License plate say Angel.
We appreciate y'all making it this far in the podcast.
Yo.
Woo! If you made it this far, there's no reason you shouldn't be liked, subscribed, all of those good things. Please let us know how y'all feel about us in the comments. Thank y'all for rocking with us over on Patreon too. We do have content over there. Oh, also, Alex, Pierre, y'all have been killing it on We Have More Thoughts.
Thank you, brother.
Please plug that.
Yes.
Appreciate
we have More Thoughts each and every Wednesday on the Need to Know Network, featuring myself, Pierre, and our guy Q.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I went back to one of our episodes recently that's about to drop.
Uh-oh.
And I was wrong.
I know.
But I'm going to leave it there.
It's all right. We're going to tell SaVon after this. You guys are going to watch that episode next week. She drives a black Durango. License plate say Angel. Tattoo on her ankle. And she making pesos. Them pesos. 17th Street. Women in hold on, dog. Hold on. Here you go. I promise after this I'm done. Went to Georgia Tech. Yeah. Works for TBS. Yeah. I don't know the words, but the niggas was wildin'.
Yeah, they was wild. They was getting it off. Shout out to Q, man. He said,
shout out to Q.
He posted real quick, and I had to repost this.
Oh, yeah.
I had to repost this because I felt this in my soul, and I feel like we should all live like this. He said he posted a screenshot where somebody told him, "You love Miami, laugh out loud." And his response was, "People should do what they love to do." Simple as that.
Shout out to Q.
Shout out to Q. And with that being said, we'll catch y'all again next week. Peace out, y'all.
King.
Peace.